Hello happy people, Hamza here and welcome back to the channel. Now there is something new and exciting that happened to Elementor, and this is called the Elementor theme style, which is located under here on the hamburger icon, and simply come over here to theme style. Now with the theme style, you are in position to change your website look or styling globally without having to go and tap on any of these, for example the headings, the buttons, or even the body text, or even the background of your website. So you can simply do it in simply one place and it will be implemented all over your whole other website. However, there is something that you have to know, is that if you customize a particular widget or a button on your website without using the default settings that were set either in your theme, then you will have actually to go back to that element that you simply customize using Elementor and effect the changes. But once you do everything here, it will be implemented globally on your website. Now at the moment I'm using Astra, and I have an Astra starter site imported right here. Now when you come over here to my dashboard and come to appearance, customize, I come directly over here, and when I go to the global settings, the typography, you realize that I'm using the Nano Sans, that is for the body text, and that is the one over here. And on the other hand, the headings, I'm using Montezorot, and that is what you see over right here. Okay, now when I go back to this other side, the colors, these are the best colors that I'm basically using all over the whole website. Now everywhere in Elementor it is set to default, and it is basically echoing whatever is happening on this other side. The same happens to the buttons. When you look into right here, the colors, this is the background color and the text color, which is over right here. Now if you want to use the theme styler from Elementor, you will forget everything that is happening here in the customizer of Astra or any other theme that you'll be using. And one thing that you have to do is simply come back here to the dashboard, and then you have to come here to Elementor and go directly to the settings option, and you make sure that you disable the default fonts and disable the default colors from Elementor. Okay, this is what it says, and here it will automatically inherit the colors of the theme. Now first of all, stop using the settings or the stylings that are happening here in the theme, and once we effect the changes that we have set up in our Elementor theme style, this is what will be implemented all over our website. Now that is very important to note. Now once you disable this, you simply hit save changes, and now we are going to leave our theme customizer. Okay, and now we are into the Elementor theme style. Now first things first, if we want to change the background of our website, if I come over here to background and I simply choose this color, and this will be implemented all over our website on any section that doesn't have a background color. Once you had implemented a background color on a specific section, like I said, it will not be affected. Just like down here, this has a background grayish color. Now on the other hand, if you want to use like a gradient, you simply just come over here and switch to your gradient. Now I want to tell you that this settings is being implemented globally on your other website, anywhere there is a background. Now if we look into the typography settings, just click over here, you realize that we have the setting for the body text. Now the body text is anything that is just like this over here. When you come here and click and change the text color, automatically this will change. And of course, if you go back here and then you change the typography of the body text, it here by default is set to what is made by the theme. Okay, but in this case we can now change our font or typography for the whole website using the Elementor theme style, and this will be implemented across our whole website. Now I'm going to come here and I'll choose a font called PT Sans, and that is the one I'm going to be using all over our website, anywhere that is having the typography of the body. And we can also make changes to our links, you know, the link color, the normal color over here, you can make changes to that. For example, you can say all links are going to appear in a specific color, which is red, or we can say they will appear basically in green, and on hover maybe they will appear a little bit lighter. Okay, and on the other hand, all links can be set to a specific font, and you can set that right under here. But in this case, I don't want to use the default one that is made by the theme. I simply want to use our PT Sans that we have chose to use. And then we can also make changes to our headings. For example, the heading one, just like this one here, we can choose and say we want to use our font that we have decided to use, which is PT Sans, which is this one over here. And then I have the spacing for that font, something like that. And that will apply for all H1s. And we can do the same for H2s, H3s, H4s, and all over our website. So simply do it here. And maybe I can leave the other headings on default. So the same is going to apply for the buttons. When I click over here on the buttons, and then we come here on the button color, by default we're using this as our color, and also here. So I'm going to change this to another color. Let me say something like that. So that is all applied to our buttons. We can also change the typography specifically on the buttons themselves. And then we can say on hover, our buttons are going to have a very different color. Let me say something like that. So when someone hovers, this is what will appear. The other thing that is really interesting is the form fields. Now the form fields, these are what your contact forms, contact form 7, WP forms, or even the Elementor contact form field. So you can make stylings for this form field right from the theme customizer. Now let me take you right here, and then we are going to change our form fields to one. We're going to change our background color to a very light color of this, something like that. That is the background color for the field type. And then we can also make changes to like the padding, you know, of our form field. And then we can also make changes to the label, how the label is going to look like. So I may also give it something like that. And then we can also give it a specific typeface from what is default. So I'll just give it our PT Sans that we want to use globally on our website. And on focus, when someone clicks in this form field, like, you know, what will happen. So I may decide to leave it at default, or you can simply change that to what you want it to look like. On the other hand, you can also make stylings for the images, how your images are going to look like. For example, you can either give them a border, you can decrease the opacity of all your images. First of all, I'll give it a border of like 5, okay, and I give it like a color, maybe a purple, something like that. But when someone hovers over our image, this is what it looks like. Okay, that is on hover. And then you can also give your images a radius of, let me say, like 10. That is only on hover. Okay, something like that. So now we have set it up like all images on our website. Once someone hovers over that image, this is what it will look like. Now by default, this is how it looks like. When someone hovers over this image, nothing happens. Now based on our theme, this is what it will do for us. Now you see all these images, now they are having the hover effect over there. Now once you are done making your changes, you simply hit update. Now once you hit update, we are now going to open up first our home page, and we see how different it looks from the one that we had before. So this is what I've opened, and this is the one before, this is the one after. Now you see that our headers now have changed, and this is how it looks like. This is our heading one. Our button has changed. This was the one without a hover. Now this is the one with a hover. Now when we come here to the images after, this is how it looks like. All the images, the same over here, and this is how it looked like before. Okay, nothing was added over there. When now we go to our contact form, which is very important, we are going to open that up over here. So the one before is here, and we are going to look into the one after. One, you look at the headers, they have all been implemented using PT Sans. The one before was using another font over here, okay, which is Montezerrat. And now when we scroll down here, you realize that now we have made changes to our contact form over here, and I think this is very dark. First of all, for the label color, so I'm going to go back to our theme style and come over here to the form fields. I'm going to change the background color over here. I'm going to reduce that a little bit more to be lighter, and I'll update. Once I update, I come over here, I reload this contact page, and boom, you see now it looks a little bit better with our background color for this filled a little bit more lighter. And now you realize that even our button changed the color over here. And also when you come over here to the one before, this is how it looked like, okay? And this is how the button looked like, and then after, this is how it looks like. And also, like I said, the fonts here have changed, the body fonts, and the one before was totally using another one, which is nano fonts, and here we are using the PT Sans font. And of course, you can do a lot more other customizations using the Elementor theme. For example, if I want to add a custom button here on my website, or a custom header, I can simply open up any page. Let me say open up my home page with Elementor. Once it's opened up, I can simply add, let me say, another section over here. I can drop here header. When I come over here to typography, it's using the default header, okay, which is the PT Sans. Of course, I've not yet updated. Right here, we can make changes to our heading title individually without using the theme stylings or ones that we have implemented using the theme. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to choose this to be a heading 1. Now, when I change it to a heading 1, automatically it's going to implement the header that I chose from our theme style, okay? Now, once it's a heading 1, now it has implemented the theme style. Remember, we did not make any changes on our heading 2. When I come here to typography, and I come here to heading 2, you realize that we did not change our font to PT Sans because now it's using the default font that is made by the theme, okay, which is Astra. Now, when I switch to heading 1, it automatically implements the heading 1 typeface that I chose, which is PT Sans. But again, I can still make further changes in a specific area on my website. For example, here on the header, I can change it to heading 1, but again, I can change the font face of that header or the title. For example, I may give it like Abel, okay, something like that, or basically another font that I want to use on this header, okay. Then I can still have another heading 1, but then that means that even when I go back here and I make changes to my theme style or for heading 1, it will not be implemented on this specific header because it is not based on the theme style that I had created. We can do the same for even buttons, something like that. Simply drag your button over here and automatically it will implement the styling that we have set up in our theme style under the buttons, okay. And you can move this button anywhere on your website. But now if we want to make changes to its color individually, we can do it over here. Like for example, the background color, we can change it to maybe a green, and then on hover we can give it another totally different color, something like that. We can even make it to pop, so you see, and then you can simply add that button to any area of your website. But then also remember that when you make changes to your theme style, this button and this heading will remain as they are until you come and make changes to them individually. In a nutshell, that's how you can style up your Elementor theme or your theme builder for Elementor using the Elementor theme style, which is available only starting from 2.0. If you have any questions, comments about this tutorial on how you can customize a couple of things or how you can make a couple of changes using the theme style by Elementor, please let me know down in the comment box below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you like it. Have a good time and goodbye.